Tonight, we put a cap on the regular season for two Western Buckeye League teams as the St. Mary's Roughriders welcome the Wapakoneta Redskins to the Horseshoe on Game Face Ohio. Stay tuned after the break for the Game Face Ohio pregame show. You're watching TSC High School Hoops.
You're on the go and don't have time for cords to be tying you down. That's why TSC created the Cord Cutter Bundle. You get big savings for bundling internet and cable, and there's no phone requirement. Choose from 20 megabyte, 50 megabyte, or 100 megabyte speeds. No phone, minimal TV, and all lightning fast internet. Ask about the Cord Cutter Bundles and come home to TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Hello, Frost Roofing.
Frost Roofing holds the same core values our company was founded upon nearly 9 decades ago. We proudly provide quality craftsmanship and top-notch service to each client we serve. We're licensed by several major roofing manufacturers to give you the right recommendations at the best value for your investment. With state-of-the-art equipment, cutting-edge technology, and our honest way of doing business, Frost Roofing is our area's preferred commercial roofing experts. To learn more, visit frost-roofing.com or call 419-739-ROOF.
Stars and Stripes Graphics is your local screen printer located just east of the St. Mary's Memorial High School. Visit our showroom for all things Rough Rider, including jackets, sweatshirts, hats, sweatpants, ball caps, and more. We also carry items for New Knoxville Rangers and select collegiate gear for Ohio State and Michigan. Stars and Stripes Graphics, your local screen printer.
Welcome to the Horseshoe at St. Mary's Memorial High School. Austin Scooter, Scott, and Roman Youngpeter bringing you this one tonight as the cap to the regular season for two Western Buckeye League teams. Roman, thanks again for joining me tonight, man. Really excited to get back to work with you here.
Excited to be here. It's going to be a hard-fought game for sure.
Absolutely, another rivalry game here between the Redskins and the Roughriders. And Roman, what can we expect to see in this game tonight? Like we said, a rivalry game again.
Well, tonight Wapak comes in 13-8, 5-3 in the WBL, second place tie with some other teams sitting back from OG. And Roughriders come in at 7-14, 4-4 in the WBL. But you know, those records are kind of flip-flop. But I think tonight with this rivalry and you know with the way that both the teams are playing, I think it's going to be a really evenly matched contest, and it's going to come down to who wants it a little bit more with the little things. So
you're saying it's going to be a lot closer on the scoreboard than it is on paper, Roman?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And now let's get into the keys of the game for each of these teams tonight. And we're going to start with the Wapakoneta Redskins. Roman, what are the Redskins going to have to do to pick up a really tough road victory here tonight?
Well, Wapak's going to have to disrupt St. Mary's offense, you know, first and foremost. St. Mary's does a good job of really grinding out the half-court offense, setting screens, getting guys open for good looks. Wapak's going to have to take them out of what they really want to do. And secondly, they need to match Dunlap's intensity on the boards. Dunlap's a high-energy type player who gets a lot of putbacks on the offensive boards, and Wapak's got to limit him to those second chances. And then lastly, Wapak needs to make open threes. You know, last game I saw Wapak play, they played against OG. They had a tough time from beyond the arc. I think if they can get it going from behind the arc tonight, they're going to have nothing but success.
It'll be interesting to see how the Redskins respond here after 2 losses last weekend. But for the Roughriders, they're actually playing the best basketball of their season here down the stretch, which is what you'd really like to see heading into tournament time. So what are the Roughriders going to have to do to pick up the home victory tonight, Roman?
Well, first off, they're going to have to stop Shank's penetration. Shank for Wapak has a very, very quick first step. Teams throughout the season have a hard time guarding him off the dribble. So St. Mary's going to have to take that in mind and stop him from getting in the middle of the floor and making things happen for the Wapak offense. And then secondly, St. Mary's needs to make Wapak execute in the half court. Wapak likes to play a little bit helter-skelter at times, freelance. They're going to have to make them Wapak really earn half-court baskets. And then lastly, St. Mary's needs to have no turnovers. I mean, bottom line for most basketball teams, that's always a key, but especially tonight when you're playing against a tough Wapak team.
Thank you very much for the keys to the game tonight here, Roman. And now it is time for the national anthem. So we're going to send it to break one more time, and we'll be right back with the starting lineup. You're watching TSC High School Hoops.
Dr. Compton has been delivering quality chiropractic care for nearly 20 years. He's committed to helping you find relief as quick as possible so there's no lengthy care plans. At Neck and Back Pain Relief Center, most insurances are accepted and walk-ins are always welcome. Conveniently located in downtown St. Mary's across from Chase Bank. To learn more, visit us online at smpainrelief.com and follow us on social media.
It's the name that you want to remember. Neck and Back Pain Relief Center.
Sometimes you just don't want to get out of your car. That's why TSC has made it easy for you to pay your bill. We have drive-up payment drop boxes at our St. Mary's and Wapakoneta offices. Just pull in, drive around, and drop off your payment. Just one more convenience to show you how much we appreciate you.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't. Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
And now, as we prepare for the tip-off, let's look at the starting lineups for each team, starting for the Wapakoneta Redskins. At guard, number 2, Gage Shank. Also at guard, number 3, the senior, Nick Schoonover. Number 11, Aaron Good. Number 20, Jace Copeland. And number 23, Adam Scott. And who should we keep our eyes on tonight for the Redskins, Roman?
I think for the Redskins, a key player is Aaron Good. See if he can get off to a good start. I think when he plays well, Wapak plays well.
That's very true, Roman. And now we look over at the Roughriders side. Starting for St. Mary's, number 0, Braden Dunlap. Number 2, Austin Wilker. Number 4, Ethan Mielke. Number 5, Drew Jacobs. And number 10, Colin Clements. And who should we watch on the blue and gold side, Roman?
I think it comes down to Dunlap. He's an energy player. The rest of the team feeds off him. If he gets going, St. Mary's is going to have a good night also.
The Roughriders are coached by Craig Simchek, who's in the 7th year of his career with a 48-82 record. And for the Redskins, Doug Davis, his 18th year on the bench, and he has a career record of 218 and 186. Getting into the action here, we're going to have a foul. And I think that one is going to be assessed at Gage Shank for the Redskins. His first, team's first.
Wapak, last possession, they did a good job of trapping. They got an easy turnover. Let's see if they go for a trap here, if they just play it straight up.
And now the Roughriders. Austin Wilker inside to Dunlap. Dunlap fouled from behind. And that's going to be going against number 20, the senior, Jace Copeland, his first of the game.
Roughriders did their bread and butter there. They ran that half-court offense they're so good at, and got an easy look into Dunlap for a nice turn to the hoop, and got fouled, and we go on from there.
Dunlap misses the first of two. Second on the way, and he's able to knock that down to get St. Mary's on the scoreboard. 3-1 here in the early going. Redskins getting that three from Gage Shank to get things started tonight. And now Aaron Good looking down inside to Scott. Scott, turnaround, shot's no good. Rebound comes down to Colin Clements. Ethan Mielke with the ball. Cross court to Drew Jacobs. And Roman, the last St. Mary's Roughriders game we did here a couple weeks back as they welcomed Salina to the Horseshoe here. The Roughriders are really patient with their offense. I think we're starting to see that already in the early going here as they're able to get an easy bucket inside for Braden Dunlap. Back to the other end. Aaron Good's three-pointer off the mark. Ahead to Dunlap. Good look from Drew Jacobs up ahead to Dunlap, and now Dunlap has 5. And St. Mary's up by 2, 5-3 here in the early going.
Dunlap's ahead, 5-3.
That's right. And now Shank down to Copeland. Copeland up, shot rolls out, but he's going to be fouled. And that's going to be the first one of the game here for the Roughriders, going against Ethan Mielke.
Shooting 2, Case Copeland.
So far it's early, but I think Wapak's just slightly quicker than St. Mary's on the perimeter, and they're getting inside and getting some good looks. They're not falling yet, and once they start falling, they're going to take off here. So St. Mary's needs to be patient on their end on offense and get good looks, and that'll sort of counterbalance that.
Chase Copeland knocks down the second. Dunlap with the ball. Working around the perimeter, that's Jacobs. Finds Mielke off the screen, three-pointers too long. Rebound comes down, Adam Scott corrals it. Now Gage Shank, that penetration you talked about in the pregame, Roman, not able to convert there, but he's gonna be a threat every time he makes a move to the bucket.
Yeah, he is. That time I think he was looking a little too hard for the referees to bail him out. But he'll get there.
And now Scott tightly out on Dunlap. Baseline drive, Dunlap hangs in the air, shot short. Scott with the rebound.
Scott, good job of walling up there, keeping himself between Dunlap and the rim.
Aaron Good, acrobatic layup, no good. And Jace Copeland is going to get whistled for the over-the-back call there, and now he has 2 fouls here. Not even 4 minutes into the first quarter. As we're going to have a trio of Redskins checking into the game. Looks like Brady Erb, Noah Ambis, and the sophomore Reed Miracle coming in to replace Aaron Good, Nick Schoonover, and Jace Copeland.
Watch that foul trouble for Wapak. Good. A little bit of less experience on the bench. So those guys coming in have a little bit tougher time with the St. Mary's half-court offense.
And now a backside lob. A little too tall for Austin Wilker, nearly got to it though. And that's going to be a turnover for the Roughriders. Noah Ambis, the freshman, between the circles here. And now drive by Copeland, 13. Oh, he thought about the jumper. Nice look down inside, Adam Scott wide open. And he gets the bucket, his first of the game. Drew Jacobs, step back three is good. We saw Drew Jacobs get hot in our last Game Face Ohio broadcast here at the Horseshoe against Salina. Let's see if he can keep that up tonight. And now Gage Shank to Scott. Scott tries a reverse layup, rejected by Dunlap. And now going the other way comes the blue and gold. Ethan Mielke on the wing, trying to look inside to Clements. Clements working Brady Erb off the glass. His shot's up and in. Nice post work by Colin Clements. And now Scott one-on-one with Clements. And we're going to get a foul on the floor, they say.
So offensively for Wapak, in the last couple possessions, Shanks realized that when he gets to the rim, he's not getting a call early here, so he's sort of pulling up and dumping it down to Scott down low, and they've had some success the last couple possessions on that. And St. Mary's doing a good job of defending Wapak so far.
And coming into the game for the first time tonight for the Roughriders, number 14, Max Mielke, as well as number 24, Ethan Stager. Stager, the 6'5 sophomore, is a real threat off the bench for the Roughriders as Austin Wilker gets the floater to go.
Put the spin cycle on down there that time.
Little circle button. And now working it around the perimeter. Redskins trying to look inside to Scott. And Ambus walked. Another turnover for the Redskins.
That time Wapak, their spacing on offense was not very good. They had 4 guys on the same side of the floor just bunching up St. Mary's D. They're making it easy for St. Mary's to play defense in the half court. They need to get some better spacing.
And now Dunlap closely defended Brady Erb. And the Redskins being really aggressive on defense here in the early going, but it's also got them in some early foul trouble for a couple of their star players in Gage Shank and Jace Copeland. And now the freshman Noah Ambus is going to pick up his first, team's 4th here of the first half. Dunlap to Mielke. Mielke, a little miscommunication there with Austin Wilker, and that's going to be our Rough Rider turnover.
If St. Mary's doesn't turn the ball over, their half-court offense is very efficient. We need to keep from doing what they did on that last possession.
Really make the defense work for it here as they look for Scott. Turnaround behind the basket. Got forced underneath there by Ethan Stager. And now coming the other way, Dunlap's reverse layup, no good. Rebound, Scott. Reed Miracle to Ambus. Ambus to Brady Erb. 3-pointer on the way, it's short. Rebounded by Max Mielke. Over to Ethan Mielke. 3-pointers long. Adam Scott with another rebound.
Scott doing a good job on the boards.
And now Aaron Good with it. There's a lack of spacing again by the Redskins offense, like you pointed out, Roman, and now Scott throws it off the back of the backboard. That's going to be a Redskins turnover. And now checking back into the game here for the Rough Riders, number 5, Drew Jacobs, as well as number 10, Colin Clements.
Scott doing a good job on the defensive end so far. Offensively, needs to take it up a little bit stronger, and he's a strong guy. He needs to use that and try to get to the basket a little bit harder.
And Max Mielke inside Clements. Nice look to Stager. Good ball movement by the Rough Riders. Trying to get an open opportunity. The pass by Drew Jacobs knocked away by Noah Ambus, and Reed Miracle came up with the steal. Aaron Good thinking about the deep 3. Anytime he steps over half court, he is within range, Roman. And now here he goes, 3-pointer. Ooh, shot is off the mark. Didn't hit anything. Coming back, Clements. Shot no good. Scott wiping the glass again for the Redskins. And now a lazy pass up ahead. Knocked away. And Braden Dunlap was actually able to smart play and knock it off of Aaron Good and out of bounds. And the ball is going to go over to the Rough Riders.
It's a tough one there. You get a ball coming fast at your face like that. It's tough to get out of the way.
And now Adam Scott's going to get a breather as Gage Shank checks back into the ball game for him. 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. And we've been stuck on 12-6 for quite a while now, Roman.
It's been a battle. It's been a battle both ways. Teams are getting used to each other.
That Clements 17-footer, no good. Rebound by Brady Erb, under 10 seconds. Up ahead to Aaron Good. 5 seconds, I don't think the Redskins know it. Gage Shank, volleyball line three, no good. And that is going to wrap up the first quarter from St. Mary's Memorial High School. After 8 minutes of play at the Horseshoe, the home Roughriders on top 12-6 over the Redskins.
Have you heard about TSC's referral program? Refer your friends and family and you both get a credit matching the services they chose. That's right, we'll credit your invoice. There's no limit to the number of friends you can refer. So come back to your local hometown provider and bring your friends and family with you. We'll reward you both.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Come out to Astro Lanes in the Loft Bar and Grill, where you can find great food, good drinks, fun games, and of course, bowling. Astro Lanes, a great place to spend some spare time. IC Signs designs, creates, and installs custom eye-catching signs. We use state-of-the-art technology to produce indoor and outdoor signs, LED message boards, and vehicle wraps. We can also help you with LED light conversion, sign refurbishing, custom t-shirts, promotional items, and your print needs. Whether you know what you want or have no idea, trust the experience of IC Signs. Call IC Signs at 419-738-6640.
Back at the Horseshoe, Austin Scooter Scott and Roman Youngpeter bringing you this one on Game Face Ohio. And right now the St. Mary's Roughriders up 6 on the visiting Wapakoneta Redskins here after 1 quarter of play. And what did you see there in the first quarter, Roman, from each team?
Well, it's been a hard-fought game so far. I think when you come into St. Mary's playing their last game at home for the year, that's a tough task. Wapak's handled that high energy that St. Mary's is showing pretty well so far.
Nice alley-oop play, Austin Wilker able to get the bucket. They tried that lob play there in the first quarter. They come out right in the second for the quick bucket to go up by 8 now. Gage Shank to the freshman Ambus. Ambus drives, kicks to Reed Miracle. Miracle back to Ambus. Ambus attacks, tries a shot, and they're going to call that foul. That's right, Roman, on the floor there. Going to be going against the Roughriders. It looks like a push, I believe they called, and that's going to go against Max Mielke. His first of the contest in the third for the Roughriders as a team. Nick Schoonover commanding the offense now for the Redskins.
Redskins need a hoop right here.
This is just Schoonover's 8th game of the season as he's been battling some knee problems here so far this season. Came out last week on senior night and started and came out with 3 quick threes in the first quarter for the Redskins to ignite them early. But down the stretch, Coldwater was just too much. And the Redskins wound up on the losing end of that one, 54-49. Schoonover looks for Gage Shank. Nice cut to the basket. Unable to get the lay-in. And now Roughriders coming the other way. Austin Wilker stops. Nice floater by Wilker. And he's able to get it. He's got 6 here. And now the Rough Riders lead into double digits. And they're going to say that pass is deflected out of bounds by the Rough Riders. And now checking back into the game for the Redskins, number 23, Adam Scott, as he replaces Noah Ambus.
St. Mary's just seems to have a little bit more pep in their step so far tonight. I don't know what that's attributed to, but just looks that way right now.
Reed Miracle three-pointer, no good. Brady Erb, offensive rebound. His shot not able to go in either. And they're going to say that was deflected out of bounds by the Rough Riders.
Redskins substitution.
And now coming back into the game for the Redskins, number 11, Aaron Good. He's going to replace the junior Brady Erb.
Wapak's getting a lot to the rim, but all their shots are contested. You know, I think St. Mary's is getting a lot more open looks.
And now Miracle back out to Aaron Good. Now Nick Schooner looking over to head coach Doug Davis here, trying to figure out how to attack this St. Mary's defense. And now ball screened by Scott. They try to look for him. He's got a double team down low, and now they lob it in. Goes up, and he's fouled.
Scott worked really hard to get position on that possession. Good look to him down low. Got fouled a little hard, couldn't quite finish, but hopefully we can get these to go in.
A pair of Rough Riders there, but they're going to give the foul over to Max Mielke, his second. Rough Riders team fourth. As Scott's able to knock down the first free throw. And let's see if that can maybe give him some confidence here in the early going. He's missed a couple down low shots here so far. And maybe seeing the ball go into the basket will get him a little bit of a boost here. Just as I said, a second free throw, no good. So Scott splits a pair. Rough Riders on top right now by 9, 16-7 with just over 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Down low, and they're going to call Scott for the push.
I don't know about that. I think they need to let him play a little bit more.
Two guys just battling for position there, it looked like, Roman. So that's Scott's first, Redskins team fifth. And now Brady Erb back into the ball game, replacing the sophomore Reed Miracle. Nick Schoonover able to come up in front of Drew Jacobs, inbound pass. Schoonover takes it, nice drive off glass, and he's got it.
Basket good by Nick Schoonover.
Schoonover's first bucket of the ball game there. And it looks like he may have re-aggravated that knee, and I think he called for the sub. So Doug Davis sent Noah Ambus here to the scores table to check in. Rough Riders trying to look inside to Dunlap. And now good ball screen by Clements. He was open on the roll, but they're going to say that was kicked out of bounds by the Redskins. And there we go. Ambus going to be checking into the game for Schoonover.
Substitution number 21, Noah Ambus.
Wapak's settling down on defense, sort of figuring out what St. Mary's offense's flow is. Taking away a little bit more things as the game goes on.
Austin Wilker with it, drives back into the lane, shot knocked away by Gage Shank. And now Mielke, Wilker fires up the three, he's got it. Austin Wilker has 9. And now the Rough Riders are up 10, 19-9, halfway through the second frame. We saw this hot perimeter shooting for the Rough Riders against Salina a few weeks back, and they're continuing it here so far tonight. Gage Shank able to get inside. He gets the bucket for the Redskins, making it 19-11. Inside, Clemens shot, no good. Aaron Good with the rebound as he gets a little tangled up in his own dribble at half court. Gage Shank with Shank over to Good. And they're going to say Good traveled before he was able to get the shot up. That's going to be a red and white turnover.
Substitutions number 4 for the Redskins.
Coming into the game for the first time tonight for the Redskins, number 4, Riley Gibson. as he replaces number 23, Adam Scott.
Just seems like Wapak, every time they got a chance to maybe get a basket to get the lead within striking distance, a good striking distance, they turn the ball over or travel or do something that's pretty negative to that effort.
Ethan Mielke, 3 to the dome, and now that's his first bucket of the ball game. And the Roughriders have the Skins doubled up, 22-11. Just under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Ambus drives, hands off to Good. And now Good through the lane, 12-footer, no good. Rebound comes down to Jacobs. Jacobs down to Wilker. Wilker gets stripped. Looked like Noah Ambus with the quick hands, and Aaron Good came up with it. And now Ambus drives to the hole. He takes a little contact from Mielke, but he traveled. And quickly back into the game is Adam Scott and Nick Schoonover.
Wapak just giving St. Mary's everything that they earn. Wapak gets a steal and gives it right back.
That's got to be frustrating as a coach. You work hard here on the defensive end, trying to get an easy opportunity for your offense going the other way, and they just can't seem to capitalize on it.
St. Mary's has 22 points, which seems a lot because, you know, Wapak's only got 11, but I think Wapak's doing a good job on the defensive end. Offensively, they're just not getting shots to fall and
can't get anything right now.
Right.
Shank drives in the lane, hangs, and gets the finger roll.
2 points, Cade Shank.
He's just got an explosive quick step to the hole. Roughriders working around. Ethan Stager in the corner, guarded by Scott. And the Roughriders reset a little bit. Stager with the ball. .90 seconds remaining here in the first half. Roughriders on top right now by 9, 22-13. Roughriders content to really try to run through their offense and work for a good shot. And here's one by Mielke. Three-pointer is off the mark. Gage Shank with the rebound. I still like that look by the Roughriders, though. And now Brady Erb dribble drive and gets it to roll in. That's Erb's first basket of the ball game, and now the Redskins within 7 with 60 seconds remaining. Drive by Dunlap, and Scott stands his ground, and he's going to pick up the charge call. It's going to be Dunlap's first of the game.
Good job by Scott there to draw the charge. Like I said before, Wapak doing a solid job on defense. Just that offense needs to get going so they get back in the game.
We'll see what the Redskins can do with 45 seconds remaining here in the first half. See if that charge Scott took can do something here on the offensive end and maybe bring some life to the Redskins. A Schooner with it in the lane. He gives off to Erb. And now the Redskins reset up top with Shank. Shank down to Scott. Over, nice pass to Brady Erb cutting through the lane, and he gets the bucket. Redskins within 5 now with 15 seconds to play. We'll see what St. Mary's can end the half on, 10 seconds. Dunlap, 5. Over to Drew Jacobs, deep 3 at the buzzer is no good. And they're gonna count the putback, actually. I thought the clock may have expired, but the officials are going to say it was good. And now the Roughriders put a stop to the Redskins' end at the half there. And the Roughriders are going to go into the locker room with a 24-17 lead. Stay tuned after the break for more TSC High School Hoops.
Where is that TSC bill? How can I pay it if I can't find it?
You don't need the bill. You can pay it online at telcirco.com.
Wasn't there a special this month?
Yes, we got it from TSC's Facebook page.
I know I've got the announcement for the club here somewhere.
I just sent it to TSC to air on Channel 2. With Telcirco.com, Facebook, Channel 2, and their newsletter, TSC makes it easy to stay connected.
Now, if they could just help me clean up my desk.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Wapakoneta Daily News, bringing you local news and more since 1905. With subscriptions starting at just 35 cents a day, the Wapakoneta Daily News is Wapak's source for timely local coverage of news, sports, classifieds, entertainment, and more. The Wapakoneta Daily News. Subscribe online today.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Welcome back to the Horseshoe for the Game Face Ohio halftime report. Austin, Scooter, Scott, and Roman Youngpeter bringing you this one. And Roman, we had a really exciting finish to the first half by the St. Mary's Roughriders. Let's see if we can get another look at that last-second buzzer beater tip-in. That was able to give the Roughriders a really good momentum boost here going into the halftime break. As you can see, a three-pointer by Drew Jacobs, and the tip actually goes up from Ethan Mielke. Let's see if we can bring that back and slow it down a little bit for you. Jacobs realized the clock was winding down, puts up the three, and it's going to be short, go off the backboard, and you're going to see the tip by Mielke. You can see the light on the backboard signifying the end of the half is not lit up yet. As we bring it back to you, now you see the light on the backboard come up to signify the end of the half and the buzzer. So Mielke was able to get that tip in right before the halftime buzzer.
Excellent job by the officials to recognize that.
That was a lot closer than it looked on replay for sure, Roman, so we got to give the officials credit. They got that one right at full game speed. And right now, that has St. Mary's out to a 24-17 lead after 16 minutes of action. And Roman, really, it's a 7-point game right now, but it seemed a heck of a lot closer than what it's showing on the scoreboard.
Right, you know, it just comes down to Wapak's having a tough time right now getting the ball to go in the basket on the offensive end. Both teams playing solid on defense. St. Mary's has a little bit more energy in the first half than Wapak. I think Wapak will come out in the second half, have it geared up. You know, they had it down to 5, you know, without that last tip in, so that extended the game to 7. But still, they're close enough to where they can battle back possession by possession and get back in the game.
The Redskins were down by double digits, down by 11 at one point, 22-11. And then after that, they went on a really solid run to close the half. And like you mentioned, had it down to 5 there with a bucket right before the half, and then St. Mary's with the buzzer beater. So right now at the half, looking at the leading scorers for each team. On the Wapakoneta side, Gage Shank is leading the way. The 6'1" senior has 7 points and a foul right now. And on the St. Mary's side, they have 9 points from Austin Wilker playing his final game here at the Horseshoe as a senior. So a really solid first half by both teams, and we're looking forward to bringing you the second. So let's go to a break one last time, and we'll come back up with the start of the second half here at the Horseshoe. The St. Mary's Roughriders on top, 24-17 on Game Face Ohio.
You're on the go and don't have time for cords to be tying you down. That's why TSC created the cord cutter bundle. You get big savings for bundling internet and cable. And there's no phone requirement. Choose from 20 megabyte, 50 megabyte, or 100 megabyte speeds. No phone, minimal TV, and all lightning fast internet. Ask about the cord cutter bundles and come home to TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Hello, Frost Roofing.
Frost Roofing holds the same core values our company was founded upon nearly 9 decades ago. We proudly provide quality craftsmanship and top-notch service to each client we serve. We're licensed by several major roofing manufacturers to give you the right recommendations at the best value for your investment. With state-of-the-art equipment, cutting-edge technology, and our honest way of doing business, Frost Roofing is our area's preferred commercial roofing experts. To learn more, visit frost-roofing.com or call 419-739-ROOF.
Stars and Stripes Graphics is your local screen printer located just east of the St. Mary's Memorial High School. Visit our showroom for all things Rough Rider, including jackets, sweatshirts, hats, sweatpants, ball caps, and more. We also carry items for New Knoxville Rangers and select collegiate gear for Ohio State and Michigan. Stars and Stripes Graphics, your local screen printer.
Welcome back to the Horseshoe for the second half here between the St. Mary's Roughriders and the Wapakoneta Redskins on senior night here at St. Mary's Memorial High School. Austin Scott and Roman Youngpeter with you. And now we've officially kicked off the third quarter with the St. Mary's Roughriders on top by 7, 24-17. But the Redskins come out with a quick basket schoonover down inside of Gage Shank. And he gets the quick bucket. Pull the Redskins back within 5, which is where they were at there late in the second quarter, right before the halftime break. And now St. Mary's trying to run that same lob play for Austin Wilker. They ran it the first quarter. They started off the second quarter with it and successfully got a basket, but I think the Redskins may have seen that one coming now. Wilker tried to save a good effort, but it comes down in the hands of Jace Copeland. And now the Redskins with it. Aaron Good trying to get it inside to Copeland, and they're going to call a tie-up.
Both teams came out, ran their special plays, one for a backdoor, one for a lob. Backdoor worked, the lob wasn't there.
And now with the tie-up, we go to the possession arrow pointing in favor of St. Mary's. And they're going to call Clements with the travel there. Kind of took himself by surprise, I think.
That took me by surprise. I didn't really see that.
I don't think he got stopped in time after he received the pass and maybe just took that extra step. And now Shank driving, kick out to Aaron Good as Good looks down inside to Scott, and the entry pass a little wide. And that's going to be a Redskin turnover.
I think Coach Davis went in the locker room and said, we need to feed it inside. First two possessions, besides the back door, Walpoks really look to get the ball into the post.
Try to get some easy buckets since they don't really have the perimeter game as strong as it normally is tonight. Now Drew Jacobs back inside to Clements, guarded by Scott, and they're going to call him for another travel.
Good call. Scott's defense was really good right there. That's sort of what caused the travel. You know, he played straight up, played strong. St. Mary's really didn't have anywhere to go with it and ended up being a travel.
Scott's offense has not been there tonight, but his on-ball defense has. And that's good to see. He's still producing on the defensive end. Let's just see if he can get it going here with the ball. Now Jace Copeland drives, pass gets knocked out of bounds by Colin Clements. Gonna stick with the Redskins. good, triggers the inbound pass to Scott. Top of the key, three-pointer, bang. And maybe that's just what Scott needs here. Able to get rolling on the offensive end. He's a real rhythm player, Roman, and really, once he gets into that scoring rhythm, there's no stopping it, but it's just a matter of actually being able to establish it. And just as I say that, Wilker comes back to the other end for a three-pointer his own. He's in the double digits with 12.
Good answer there by Wilker.
And the Redskins once again had it down within 2. St. Mary's able to extend as Aaron Good with a good take through the lane, spinning and draws the foul. And that's going to go against Ethan Mielke, his second, and the Rough Rider and team's first of the second half. Good with that little shimmy before the free throw, and it works as he knocks down the first. And now coming into the game for the Rough Riders, Max Mielke and Ethan Steger, as they replace Ethan Mielke and Colin Clements. Good second free throw. Watch for the shimmy. There it is. Let's see if he can knock down the second, and he does. All part of his routine, I guess, Roman.
Don't matter what you do as long as it goes in.
That's right. Now the Rough Riders, Max Mielke, off balance shot is short. Gage Shank able to come up with it for the Redskins. Shank, nice drive through the lane, left-hander. Tried to use the glass, just a little too strong and rolled off the front. And now we're gonna get a timeout here, a 30-second timeout by head coach Craig Simchek for the St. Mary's Rough Riders. And we're gonna go ahead and take it along with him. Redskins within 3, hanging around with 5:11 left in the third quarter on Game Face Ohio.
Dr. Compton has been delivering quality chiropractic care for nearly 20 years. He's committed to helping you find relief as quick as possible so there's no lengthy care plans. At Neck and Back Pain Relief Center, most insurances are accepted and walk-ins are always welcome. Conveniently located in downtown St. Mary's across from Chase Bank. To learn more, visit us online at smpainrelief.com and follow us on social media.
It's the name that you want to remember. Neck and Back Pain Relief Center.
Sometimes you just don't want to get out of your car. That's why TSC has made it easy for you to pay your bill. We have drive-up payment drop boxes at our St. Mary's and Wapakoneta offices. Just pull in, drive around, and drop off your payment. Just one more convenience to show you how much we appreciate you.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't. Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
Back to the horseshoe after a Craig Simchek timeout for the Rough Riders. The Redskins within 3 now after trailing by 7 to start the half. Able to put together some good offensive possessions. A couple free throws by Aaron Good and an inside bucket by Adam Scott here. And now Rough Riders, Ethan Steger, open 3 is long. Gage Shank, good rebound. Able to box out Austin Wilker for it. Redskins working it. Scott, baseline drive. Think he was going to try to go up for the slam there, but it ends up getting rejected. And now we're going to get a carry on the other end from Braden Dunlap. Scott's hungry for another dunk here, trying to go baseline for the slam, but the Roughriders able to put up a good defensive stand.
Sometimes you get to that point and you think you got it, and it's not there.
Might have second guessed it a little bit here.
You got to forget it though, and maybe this time he'll get one.
He's got to get out in the open space, get rolling a little bit. Here comes three-pointer Scott. Shot no good. Rebound, Jace Copeland almost came up with it, but Roughriders coming the other way. It's Drew Jacobs. Step through, gets blocked from behind by Aaron Good. Great job by Good getting back in transition defense to get the swat. And now Copeland gonna line up the open three on the wing, no good. Aaron Good with the rebound, tips it over to Gage Shank, Scott's shot got deflected by Ethan Steger, but he's able to get it to go. And we're gonna get a quick stoppage and play here for a Rough Rider injury, it looks like. Max Mielke hobbling to the bench, it looks like. I think that's Ethan Mielke, actually. My apologies. Looks like he may have done something to an ankle.
It came down on it wrong. Wapak doing the same solid job they're doing on defense. This half on offense, they're being assertive. They're picking and choosing good spots to attack the rim, and it's working so far. They go down by one.
27-26 with 3 minutes and just over 30 seconds remaining. Scott has 8 points here in the ball game. Dunlap trying to look inside to Steger. Cross-court pass, Wilker. Three ball on the way is good. And there we go, the Redskins got it within one, and Wilker extends the lead yet again with another triple. He has 15 here on senior night.
Giving everything he's got.
Now Shank drives, kicks to Nick Schoonover. Schoonover gonna try to put some post moves on perhaps, but the pass taken away there by Sam Young, who's into the ball game for the first time tonight. Wilker from three land again, not able to get it that time. I think the house would have came down here at the Horseshoe if he was able to get that one. And now Schoonover with it. And he's gonna pull things back out for the Skins and look over at Doug Davis for the orders. Aaron Good, top of the key over to Shank. And now Good trying to look inside to Scott. Good drives, runner, nice. He gets the roll off the iron and the backboard, and yet he's able to will it in. And now Redskins back within two. Nice play as Wilker cuts across the free throw line and down the lane. And he's going to have a three-point play opportunity for the Rough Riders. He's up to 17 now.
Good finish, good cut. Wapak was out of position defensively, maybe for the first time tonight. Just a good take.
Scott picking up his second foul of the game and the first for the Redskins here in the second half. And now Wilker at the line to convert the three-point play. He's unable to get it, but Steger tries to stick for the offensive rebound. Unable to do so, and it's going to be Redskins basketball. And now back into the ball game. It looked like Noah Ambus and Brady Erb able to check in there during that free throw. Jace Copeland ball screen for Aaron Good. Good, tightly defended by Wilker. And now Scott at the foul line, out to Jace Copeland. Copeland drives, kick to Scott on the three-point line. Shot way off the mark. Aaron Good tried to save it for the Redskins, unable to do so. It's going to be St. Mary's basketball as we have a duo of substitutions coming in for the Rough Riders. Number 10, Colin Clements, and number 14, Max Mielke.
Wilker goes out. Let's see how St. Mary's does on offense here. He's got 17, been carrying them.
Jacobs over to Max Mielke. Now Clements back up top. That's Sam Young. Rough Riders, quick passes. Max Mielke draws the double team inside to Steger. Steger trying to use the window, too strong. And the rebound comes down to freshman Noah Ambus. Aaron Good over to Jace Copeland. Good thought about the deep three. Analyzes over to Scott, turn around in the lane, and he gets the front end and gets it to go in. Adam Scott into double digits now, his 18th double-digit game of the season. Nice pass by Max Mielke over to Ethan Steger. Redskins work hard for their bucket on the offensive end, and St. Mary's seems to be getting some easy opportunities on their end.
That was just a defensive transition. Wapak didn't hustle back in defensive transition.
Aaron Good, deep three ball, bottoms, baby. Aaron Good, he's got 7 now, and the Redskins back within 1, 34-33 with 15 seconds to play. Drew Jacobs with it, under 7. Over to Max Mielke in the corner, baseline drive, hangs, shot is long. Aaron Good rebound, 1 second, he's gonna give it a heave, but that's gonna be short. And a really tight third quarter by both teams. Has it at a 1-point game after 24 minutes of action at the Horseshoe. Stick around after the break for the 4th quarter of TSC High School Hoops.
Have you heard about TSC's referral program? Refer your friends and family and you both get a credit matching the services they chose. That's right, we'll credit your invoice. There's no limit to the number of friends you can refer. So come back to your local hometown provider and bring your friends and family with you. We'll reward you both.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Come out to Astro Lanes in the Loft Bar and Grill, where you can find great food, good drinks, fun games, and of course, bowling. Astro Lanes, a great place to spend some spare time. IC Signs designs, creates, and installs custom eye-catching signs. We use state-of-the-art technology to produce indoor and outdoor signs, LED message boards, and vehicle wraps. We can also help you with LED light conversion, sign refurbishing, custom t-shirts, promotional items, and your print needs. Whether you know what you want or have no idea, trust the experience of IC Signs. Call IC Signs at 419-738-6640.
Welcome back to the Horseshoe here for the final stanza of this one. The Roughriders on top here on senior night, 34-31 over the Wapakoneta Redskins. And Roman, we have seen 3 great quarters of basketball, tightly contested all the way through. Let's see how the 4th quarter shakes out.
3-4, 1-4.
In the 3rd quarter, what did you really see from the Redskins differently than what they did in the first half?
Just their offense was a lot more determined. You know, they took good shots, better shots, open shots, as opposed to contested shots at the rim. That's really how they worked their way back in to this game.
Brady Erb gets doubled on the baseline. Now Redskins trying to space things back out a little bit. Jace Copeland to read Miracle. Miracle to Ambus. Gage Shank drive, kicks out to Copeland. Copeland baseline drive, off glass and one. The senior Jace Copeland able to get the 3-point play opportunity now. Nice take by Jace Copeland. It all started there with a shot fake in the corner.
Wapak getting in a rhythm on offense finally. It's taken them to the fourth quarter, really.
And now the Redskins back in front. Maybe for the first time since the start of the game, I believe they opened up the scoring with a Gage Shank 3, and I think they have trailed ever since. By the way, that foul was assessed to Austin Wilker here on the Jace Copeland three-point play opportunity. Redskins in front 35-34 with just under 7 minutes remaining in the fourth. And now Clements in the paint, trying to post up Brady Erb. Roughriders handoff. And the short jumper no good by Sam Young. Gage Shank pass nearly taken away by Max Mielke on the perimeter as the Redskins rein it back in.
Wapak been real patient, especially here early in the fourth quarter, and their offense looking to get a good shot.
And now Reed Miracle out to Gage Shank. Shank baseline drive, takes it up strong off glass, and he's got it. Gage Shank into double digits now for the 13th time this season with 11. And Craig Simchek's going to want a timeout to talk things over. Now we're going to talk it over as well. Redskins go into the break here, 37-34 lead over the Roughriders.
Where is that TSC bill? How can I pay it if I can't find it?
You don't need the bill. You can pay it online at telcirco.com.
Wasn't there a special this month?
Yes, we got it from TSC's Facebook page.
I know I've got the announcement for the club here somewhere.
I just sent it to TSC to air on Channel 2. With telcirco.com, Facebook, Channel 2, and their newsletter, TSC makes it easy to stay connected.
Now, if they could just help me clean up my desk.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Wapakoneta Daily News, bringing you local news and more since 1905. With subscriptions starting at just 35 cents a day, the Wapakoneta Daily News is Wapak's source for timely local coverage of news, sports, classifieds, entertainment, and more. The Wapakoneta Daily News. Subscribe online today.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Did you know Game Face Ohio can now be watched on your Amazon Fire TV or Amazon Fire Stick? That's right. The new Game Face Ohio app is free on the Amazon store, and you can watch all of our games and content on your Amazon Fire Stick and Fire TV. Really exciting app, and especially if you're out there and you have maybe a relative that can't watch the games here on our TSC program, make sure they download the Game Face Ohio app on the Amazon App Store. Checking back in after the Craig Simchek timeout as the Roughriders find themselves now on the other end of the scoreboard, down 3. Roman Youngpeter, what do you think that timeout was called for Simchek? What was he saying to his Roughriders here?
I think it was just a momentum timeout. Wapak's got all the momentum right now, and he's trying to get it to swing back to his team by taking a timeout. Settle the guys down a little bit.
And now Roughriders. Dunlap trying to look down inside to Austin Wilker. Pass batted away, Copeland. Max Mielke wide open in the corner. Gets the side of the backboard though. And that's going to bounce out of bounds. Last off the hands of Mielke, so it'll be Redskin basketball. And now we have a Mielke for Mielke substitution as Ethan checks back into the game here on senior night for him.
You know, besides Wilker, St. Mary's has struggled, you know, so maybe some of them other guys need to hit a bucket to help them out, to get that momentum back here.
Wilker was 17 of the 34 right now for the Roughriders. 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter, and Scott and Aaron Good still on the bench for the Redskins. Gage Shank driving to the hole, and he gets fouled. And that's going to go against Drew Jacobs.
Drew would have been fine there if he just kept his hand straight up in the air instead of slap. I think he did a good job holding them up in the lane there. Sometimes it's better to make them finish than, you know, help them out by fouling.
Roughriders' third team foul here in the second half as Shank knocks down the first of two. Gage Shank averaging 10.8 points per game this season. He misses the second of the two free throws. Nice look inside. Drew Jacobs to a cutting Ethan Mielke. He was wide open on that one.
Need to get going. St. Mary's needs to get going here. Timeout.
And now Doug Davis is going to call a timeout as well. It's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Redskins. As right now the Roughriders back within two, 38-36. And now we're going to take a look here going into the tournament time. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, this is the regular season cap for both teams. And now both of them will be moving on to the Division II sectional tournament at two different sites. As first we look here at the Wapakoneta Redskins, the fourth seed in the Division II Lima Senior Sectional. They'll be taking on Napoleon next week, and the opening round of sectionals on Wednesday night. And the winner of that game will move on to play either third seed Shawnee or 14th seeded Scott. And we'll make sure we give you a look here at the St. Mary's sectional tournament bracket as well, as they will actually be starting off sectional play at Findlay High School. So let's see what Doug Davis's troops do here out of the timeout. Up two with 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, as now we have Aaron Good and Adam Scott back into the ball game. Gage Shank with the ball. He's going to drive. Why not? He's been successful all night. Kick out to Scott. Three ball is good for Adam Scott. And now he has 13, and the Redskins take the lead up to 5. This has to be the most threes I've seen from Scott here all season. Hasn't had it going like he likes to see, but tonight he's got a pair of them. And also playing good here on the defensive end. Dunlap tries to go downside to Clements. Good, out on the break by himself. Met at the rim by Braden Dunlap, and he slaps it away. Nice rejection by Dunlap. As now Drew Jacobs inside to Clements, and they're gonna whistle Shank for the foul. His second, Redskins team second here in the second half.
Right now, Wapak at both ends has all the energy they have for about a quarter and a half here. That's why you see them ahead on the scoreboard. You know, St. Mary's looks kind of lethargic right now. They need to pick it up a little bit if they want to get back in this game.
Now Ethan Mielke, tight pass to Drew Jacobs as the Redskins going to try to trap. Jace Copeland pokes the ball away, and down to the other end. That may be an intentional. They're actually going to go straight to technical foul on Ethan Mielke. He tried to slow him down and maybe grab him from behind, and then he actually ended up shoving Jace Copeland going up for the layup here. Let's see if we can get another look at that one. I was looking, I figured that was going to end up being an intentional, Roman.
Oh yeah, two hands shoved in the back. That's just a frustration foul right there. You got to keep your emotions under check and not do that if you're St. Mary's. That could be a difference in maybe putting Wapak out too far from getting back in it. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I saw the initial grab of the jersey, so I figured we were going to see the intentional foul call, and then it ended up being kind of escalated to a shove. And now Aaron Good's going to go to the line for some free throws as he knocks down the first. Second now coming from Good. Averaging 12 points a game here so far this season. His career high came earlier this year against Delphus Jefferson back in December, where he had 22. Unable to get the second free throw to go. And they're not going to give Copeland a free throw, so I think they initially called that on the floor. And then it just escalated that technical foul call, so no free throws for Copeland, as Good was able to split the pair on the technical assessed free throws. And now Copeland with it. Rough Riders try to trap with Wilker and Jacobs. And now Shank tries to go through the lane, gives it back out to Copeland near half court.
You're going to see this from St. Mary's the rest of the way out. Since they're down, they're going to try to trap, make something to happen.
Good kick out to Scott. The extra pass to Shank. Comes back down. Scott and one for the junior Adam Scott. And he's going to go to the line for the three-point play opportunity.
That's what happens when you trap. If you break that trap and make a good play, you're going to have people open under the basket. And Scott took the opportunity, got the and one.
Nice look by Shank. I thought he was going to take it himself. Anytime Gage gets into the lane, he's a threat to go up for the basket, and he just draws so much defensive attention. He's able to kick it to Scott, driving baseline, and Scott caps off the three-point play. He has 16 now, 3 off of his season high of 19 that he had against Liberty Benton as well as the Perry Commodores. And now three-pointer in the other end by Colin Clements, and a quick timeout by head coach Craig Simchek for the Rough Riders. So now that we have a little bit of a break in the action, let's go back to looking at the St. Mary's sectional tournament bracket. As I mentioned, they'll start off sectional play on Tuesday night at Findlay High School, as they'll be in a rematch against Grand Lake rival Salina. So the winner of that game between 8th seeded St. Mary's and 11th seeded Salina will go on to play number 1 Wauseon, who has some serious Division I talent on their team. They're going to be a tough out here in this sectional and all the way through the tournament run here through districts and possibly regionals. But it'll be fun to see that rematch here, because that was a really hard-fought game between St. Mary's and Salina in the regular season. And it'll be nice to see part 2, Roman.
It will be. I'm looking forward to it.
And now 2:40 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Redskins on top by 6, 45-39, behind 16 points from Adam Scott. And now Aaron Good gets the ball knocked away, and Dunlap knocked it out of bounds trying to come up with the steal. And the ball's going to stay with the Redskins. We just have one sub coming into the game for the Redskins. That's number 10, Brady Erb, coming back in, as he's going to replace Aaron Good.
Comes a trap.
Schoonover. Here comes that trap Roman talked about here. Well, the Rough Riders going to try to do that the rest of the way. Might have been a jump ball there, but they're going to whistle a foul. Going against Austin Wilker, his second, team 7th. So the Redskins will be shooting free throws here the rest of the way with 2:24 remaining. First one by Copeland is good.
We're getting to that point where if Wapak makes the rest of their free throws, they're going to walk away with the victory tonight.
And the second by Copeland is no good. Rebound Dunlap. Max Mielke drive, kick out to Wilker. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Adam Scott. And now Gage Shank with it, as St. Mary's trying to apply that pressure. Shank trying to go coast to coast, and he does. He's got 14 on the night, and he has just absolutely asserted himself going through the lane all 4 quarters here in tonight's ball game.
I think St. Mary's You know, they came out high energy in the first quarter. It really looks like kind of gassed here in the fourth quarter. I don't know if it's because they're behind or if they're just tired. It's tough to tell.
They did have that Tuesday night makeup contest to Shawnee, in which they lost in overtime 57-55, so that's a really quick turnaround from Tuesday to Friday night, as now we're going to get a timeout on the floor with 1:52 remaining. Wapakoneta on top 48-39. And what do the Roughriders really need to do to try to claw their way back in with just under 2 minutes remaining?
Well, they got to keep doing what they're doing with the trap and the, trap, and once they get to half court, they got to foul pretty quick. Hopefully Wapak will miss some free throws and they can maybe go 2 points for 1 point or 3 for 2 and try to get back in this thing.
Right now, the two impact players both ways here for the Redskins. Adam Scott, he has 16 here so far on the night, including a pair of triples and a three-point play of the old-fashioned variety. And on the St. Mary's side, Austin Wilker has 17 here on senior night, and he's been hot from outside as well. They're going to need him here down the stretch, maybe hit a big perimeter shot and try to spark St. Mary's. Like you said, Roman, we could see a lot of free throws down the way, so we're going to be hoping the Redskins unable to convert.
See what St. Mary's comes out with here.
And now Drew Jacobs trying to look inside. Wilker posting up on Shank, as Shank kind of pulled the chair there on Wilker and able to come up with the steal. Now Redskins trying to pass it around, kill a little clock here. Scott with it on the wing, out to Copeland near half court, and here comes the trap from the Roughriders, not able to get there as Copeland dribbles out of it. 1:20 remaining, 9-point lead for the Redskins. And now at half court, it's Schoonover.
Wapak doing a very good job of handling St. Mary's run and jump trap here down the stretch.
And now Doug Davis, he's going to call a timeout here and try to keep running down the clock here, draw something up to spread out the defense. The Redskins up by 9, 48-39 at the Horseshoe. Stay tuned.
You're on the go and don't have time for cords to be tying you down. That's why TSC created the Cord Cutter Bundle. You get big savings for bundling internet and cable, and there's no phone requirement. Choose from 20 megabyte, 50 megabyte, or 100 megabyte speeds. No phone, minimal TV, and all lightning fast internet. Ask about the Cord Cutter Bundles and come home to TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Hello, Frost Roofing.
Frost Roofing holds the same core values our company was founded upon nearly 9 decades ago. We proudly provide quality craftsmanship and top-notch service to each client we serve. We're licensed by several major roofing manufacturers to give you the right recommendations at the best value for your investment. With state-of-the-art equipment, cutting-edge technology, and our honest way of doing business, Frost Roofing is our area's preferred commercial roofing experts. To learn more, visit frost-roofing.com or call 419-739-ROOF.
Stars and Stripes Graphics is your local screen printer located just east of the St. Mary's Memorial High School. Visit our showroom for all things Rough Rider, including jackets, sweatshirts, hats, sweatpants, ball caps, and more. We also carry items for New Knoxville Rangers and select collegiate gear for Ohio State and Michigan. Stars and Stripes Graphics, your local screen printer.
Welcome back to the Horseshoe with 70 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Redskins on top over the Roughriders by 9. Schoonover picked up at half court with some tight defensive pressure, and they're going to foul Schoonover and send him to the line as the foul is against Austin Wilker, his third of the game. And now Schoonover, the senior, 2 points here so far on the night. First free throw, no good, and gets knocked out of bounds by Brady Erb. It's going to be St. Mary's basketball.
9 points isn't insurmountable. You know, with a minute to go, crazier things have happened.
And now checking into the ball game for the first time tonight, perhaps because of the senior night, number 31, Bo Kenning, coming into the contest as he replaces Braden Dunlap. And now Wilker drive, hangs, and one. Gage Shank with the foul for the Redskins. And now Wilker has 19 on the night.
He just don't want to go away. Putting the Roughriders on his back and trying to get to within striking distance of the Redskins here down the end.
You can see it there on the TSC replay. Wilker able to hang in the air over Shank and draw the contact and pick up the foul. And he converts the three-point play, and he now has 20 on the night.
This game ain't over.
It's a 6-point game, and the Redskins tried to call timeout, but they're actually going to whistle Jace Copeland for a 5-second call. That had to be the quickest 5 seconds I've ever witnessed, Roman.
For the Roughriders, number 10, Colin Clements.
I don't know. That was odd.
That was really strange. Copeland tried to whistle for the timeout, and they hit him with a 5-second call. And now Wilker, oh, I thought he was going to have another three-point play opportunity, and they're going to call him for the charge foul. Good take by the Redskins. Craig Simchek didn't like that at all for the Roughriders. And that's going to be Wilker's fourth of the ball game as he comes out, and he may be checking out for the final time.
That's a big play by Wapak's defense there.
Spoke a little too soon. Wilker, of course, goes right back to the scoreboard, or excuse me, the scores table. As now Copeland trying to bring it across. Over to Schoonover, trap on the way from Mielke and Jacobs. And Mielke fouls quickly here with 36.5 seconds remaining. Redskins up 6.
I just want to take it back to that chart. How big that charge call is, because that call goes the other way. We're sitting at Wilker shooting foul shots.
Potential three-point game.
Right.
First free throw by Schoonover, no good. Missed his last two here. And now Wilker back into the game.
Both teams have 2 timeouts left. Those will definitely be coming into play here.
Schoonover misses the second as well. Very uncharacteristic of him as Clements comes down with the rebound. And now Drew Jacobs with it, looking for Wilker. Wilker driving, hanging, able to get the lucky roll, and Craig Simchek quickly calls timeout with 25 seconds remaining. Roughriders now within 4, 48-44. Roman, you're right, a 9-point lead, definitely not safe. And the Roughriders are getting exactly what they needed with some missed free throws from Schoonover and the Redskin crew. As you can see on the TSC replay there, now Wilker up to 22 on the ball game here on senior night, definitely giving it his all in his last appearance at the Horseshoe.
Good performance by Wilker. Been really impressed with the way he's carried his team tonight.
And now with 25 seconds remaining, really St. Mary's just needs to keep applying what they have here so far in the last couple minutes of the game, trying to trap quick fouls so they can't get that steal. And the Redskins free throw shooting down the stretch here, not very strong.
Wapak can't relax, but you know, just gotta be strong with the ball. You know, you're gonna get fouled. Get to the line, relax, make your foul shots, and you're still gonna walk out of here with the win. But like I said, crazier things have happened.
That's right. And now Copeland going to inbound again here. Last time he did, we kind of had the funky situation with the 5-second call as he's able to trigger it into Good. Good holds it for the foul, able to knock 3 seconds off the clock. And I think, is that going to go against Wilker? That is, and that is Wilker's 5th as he is fouled out of the contest in his last appearance here at the Horseshoe at St. Mary's Memorial High School. He's going to clock out of the game with 22 points.
That's tough right there for Wilker. Fouling out, down 4. Got a chance maybe here to get within striking distance, get that 5th foul. Got to watch from the bench.
And he does check out of the game with half of St. Mary's points, 22 of the 44. As now Aaron Good's going to be at the line for 2 shots. First on the way, and it's good.
Good on the first round substitution.
Now checking into the game, Colin Clements coming in for Max Mielke.
St. Mary still has a timeout left, so if they come down and score, they're going to take another timeout.
And second free throw coming from Good. He's got it. And now he is the 3rd Redskin in double digits tonight. And that's going to be his 13th double-figure game of the season as Drew Jacobs with a strong take. Able to answer Aaron Good's free throws. And he keeps it within 4 here. 50-46, Redskins on top. 15.1 seconds remaining.
Been impressed with St. Mary's and the coaching staff, the way they've extended the game. You know, Jacobs took it right here. Got a 2 and extended the game here.
And we already looked ahead to some of the tournament action these two teams are going to be facing. St. Mary's will be kicking it off in sectional tournament play at Findlay High School on Tuesday night in our rematch from earlier this season against Salina, where the Roughriders were able to come away with a 9-point victory here at the Horseshoe a couple weeks ago, 56-47. And that was actually the Roughriders' first win in the last 12 games against Salina. So the Bulldogs definitely had the Roughriders number all the way up until a couple weeks ago. And the winner of that game between the Roughriders and the Bulldogs will go on to face Wasion, the top-seeded team in that sectional and district. You know, on the Redskins side, we're going to be going up against Napoleon here Wednesday night at Lima Senior High School in the opening round of sectional play. Redskins able to get the ball in. Aaron Good able to draw the foul.
Nice, clever little play right there. Had Good take the ball out and
pass it across to Copeland.
Yeah, pass it across to Copeland and throw it right back to Good, who they wanted to get to the line.
Good gets the first. Been strong on free throws here all night. And no different here with 12.4 seconds remaining. Second free throw coming from Good. And he's got it. Aaron Good with 12 points on the night. Skins up 6, 52-46. And now Dunlap, long three-pointer, not able to get it. Rebound comes back down to Sam Young. Dunlap, top of the key three again, is short. And as the time expires and the buzzer sounds, the Redskins are going to pick up the 6-point road victory over the Roughriders, 52-46. Stay tuned after the break here at the Horseshoe as we'll be bringing you the Game Face Ohio post-game report.
Dr. Compton has been delivering quality chiropractic care for nearly 20 years. He's committed to helping you find relief as quick as possible so there's no lengthy care plans. At Neck and Back Pain Relief Center, most insurances are accepted and walk-ins are always welcome. Conveniently located in downtown St. Mary's across from Chase Bank. To learn more, visit us online at smpainrelief.com and follow us on social media.
It's the name that you want to remember. back, pain relief center.
Sometimes you just don't want to get out of your car. That's why TSC has made it easy for you to pay your bill. We have drive-up payment drop boxes at our St. Mary's and Wapakoneta offices. Just pull in, drive around, and drop off your payment. Just one more convenience to show you how much we appreciate you.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't. Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
Welcome back to the Horseshoe one last time. Austin Scooter, Scott and Roman Youngpeter joining you tonight in this one, where the Redskins just picked up the victory here on the road at the Horseshoe over the St. Mary's Roughriders on senior night. And Roman, it was a really tight game all the way through. The first half primarily in favor of the Roughriders, but in the second half the Redskins came out of the locker room strong and were able to hold that for the last 2 quarters.
You know, I think St. Mary's did a good job coming out, like you said, early. Last home game of the year, so the seniors had a lot of energy. They got off to a quick start. Wapak kind of struggled from the field to start out, and that's kind of how they got behind the 8 ball a little bit in the first half and at halftime. But Wapak came out the second half and really clamped down on St. Mary's half-court offense, taking away their main score. Really, Wilker's the only one who could score. Everybody else struggled. It's because of Wapak's good defense, especially in the second half. Second half, they did a tremendous job just taking St. Mary's out of what they do. So, and, you know, Wapak, they have some experience and took advantage of, being ahead. And they fought back, got ahead, and then took advantage of being ahead and made some free throws down the stretch and walk out of here with a win tonight.
And now we look on the Wapakoneta side here. They were able to have 3 Redskins in double digits tonight, which is usually a winning recipe for them like it was tonight. They were led down the stretch by 6'5" junior Adam Scott, who finished the game with 16 points, including a couple of 3 balls, as well as some old-fashioned 3-point plays. And also joining him in double figures was the senior Gage Shank, who had 14 tonight. And also chipping in for the Redskins in double figures was Aaron Good with 12. And he was really crucial tonight from the free throw line, especially as you alluded to in the 4th quarter to really close out this game for the Redskins. And on the Rough Riders side, on senior night, who else would it be? Their senior guard, Austin Wilker, had 22 points tonight. Unfortunately fouled out there in the closing seconds of a 4-point game. And I think really he could have stayed in. It maybe would have been a little bit of a closer ball game, or maybe the Rough Riders would have been able to extend this one a little bit. So as we close out tonight here from the Horseshoe, let's take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule. Our next contest we'll be bringing you is tomorrow night as the Wapakoneta Lady Redskins take on the Kenton Lady Wildcats at Lipsick High School in the sectional championship game. That one will be airing for you tomorrow night at midnight here on Game Face Ohio. And then also looking ahead, we shift into boys sectional tournament play next Tuesday night as the St. Mary's Roughriders take on the Salina Bulldogs at Findlay High School. That's Tuesday night. We'll be bringing you that one around 11 p.m. on Tuesday night. And then on Wednesday night, we'll be back with the Wapakoneta Redskins as they'll be taking on Napoleon at Lima Senior High School in the opening round of the sectional tournament. and that game will also air at 11 p.m. on Wednesday night. So I hope you can join us. For those, if you can't, make sure you download that free Game Face Ohio app on the Amazon store, and you can catch all of our broadcasts and content, highlights, everything from Game Face Ohio on the Game Face Ohio Amazon app. For everybody in our camera crew and in the truck tonight, as well as I should say, Roman Youngpeter beside me, great work tonight here and great analytical views from you tonight, Roman. I'm Austin Scooter Scott signing off here from the Horseshoe at St. Mary's Memorial High School. Thanks for joining us on TSC High School Hoops.